With the promise of nearly £500 million, the Prime Minister set out how he hopes to turn round the lives of what he called broken families in England. Many will be assigned an individual troubleshooter to organise help and help organise their lives. Mr Cameron says each such family costs the country £75,000 each year, but his critics say he's not committed nearly enough money to tackle the problem. Our senior political correspondent, Chris Shipp, was in Birmingham for Mr Cameron's announcement.
Time, the Prime Minister says, for the government to roll up its sleeves to tackle the problem of the country's troubled families. There are, he estimates, 120,000 of them in England. A handful of them he met at this West Midlands community centre today. Teresa Cisse lives nearby and admits her family has been a drain on the state. She has 6 children, one of whom was regularly in trouble and rarely at school.
We've had ASBO, where I nearly lost my home. He was gone out on his own of the night, which was classed as missing, and police were looking for him.
And presumably playing truant from school as well?
Yeah, and school was an issue as well.
The charity Action for Children provided a troubleshooter to arrest this family's decline. Similar troubleshooters will now be recruited by the government. Problem families will be identified if they fall into 5 or more of 7 categories. They include poor housing, unemployed parents and an income below the poverty line. We joined the Prime Minister at the launch and asked him if this intervention wasn't a bit like the nanny state to which he used to be so opposed.
These families have thousands of contacts with the state. They're being visited by the police, by the benefit officer, by the housing officer. The contact is there, but everyone is actually just working on these families rather than working with the families and fixing their problems. Now, I don't care whether people call that nannying or not. It needs to happen.
Parents bring up children, not governments. That's what you used to say.
Yeah, absolutely, and that is the case. And what we're not saying to those parents, we're going to bring up your children for you. We're just saying we're going to try and help you so you can bring up your children properly.
But, say Labour, the £450 million announcement doesn't make up for cuts elsewhere. Take this Birmingham community centre. They're already helping families in the most deprived area of the city, but is threatened with closure. Why? Because of government spending cuts.
The government intend to cut our funding so that we can't continue. And we are in the heart of the community, and we do feel that that would be have a very negative impact on our local community members who use us every day.
You're giving with one hand, you're taking with the other.
Well, money is tight, and many public services are having to deliver more for less.
And here's a community centre doing exactly what you're saying they should be doing.
Absolutely, and what we're saying is that we're going to have to spend the money better.
But better also means less, and here as everywhere, budgets are tight. It is clear David Cameron has a passion for this project, and he launched it in one of the English cities that suffered last summer in the riots. But his critics say it is simply not enough money, and it will fund troubleshooters for only a quarter of the problem families who so cost this nation dear. Chris Shipp, ITV News, Birmingham.